After a long night of partying,
We rally.
we rally. Well,
I love that we all started this episode on our phones.
we rally. It was fun last night.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. I had a really good time. I had a really bad time this morning. You can't hear me. There might look how far it is.
But
You know how... Like, it's so hard to move this right now.
You're just so far from it. I feel like normally your seat is closer in.
Oh my god.
we went out last
This
night
is so hard.
because we had nothing to do. And Bree's brother's here from visiting.
Mr. Craig.
Shout out to Craig. And
Chicago Craig.
Chi-Town Craig, that's what we're going to call him?
Chi-Town Craig. Southside
Chicago
Craig.
Craig.
Chi-Town Craig. Craigslist.
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 Southside
That was a
Craigslist.
So,
That's
yeah,
solid.
you know.
He had it.
So we did our usual fun. We were in downtown having a great time. Houston never let us down, ever.
I just want to take this moment to say that I do miss the pastry war. And every time we talk
So
about
much.
us going out, I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to be annoying about it. And I am, actually, most of the time. Every time I'm trying to go out with somebody, they're like, where should we go? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to go to pastry war, but it's already closed. You don't know about it because it's closed. So, you know.
I'm
just
with
miss
you.
it.
I miss it more than anything, actually, in terms of.
That's real dramatic.
Yes, I miss it. I miss it. It was such a wonderful time to be there. It felt homey.
I just don't. I feel like it was, for me, I was like, it's the perfect place. Like, there is a bar, so I can sit at the bar and, like, talk to, you know, the bartender people or whatever and be, like, in the middle of it. Or I can sit at one of the tables and they're really cute and they're really comfortable. Or I can stand, you know, and there's, like, a pool table.
And the music was always good.
The music was phenomenal. Like, that was the first and only place where I've heard them play, like, Manu Chao,
Yeah.
like, King Chango. I was like, I literally would text my mom like immediately because like that's obviously how I would like listen to all that shit because my parents listen to it, and I would text her and be like, they're playing this, and she would be like, where are you? Like,
Let's go
what is
home.
this
What's wrong with
place? It was just, it was the
good.
best.
It really was the best. Y'all need to
Their
bring
queso
pastry
was so
back.
fucking good.
Queso was good.
And
They
their
had tamales
margaritas
all
were
the
phenomenal.
time. They had tamales year round.
I know. I
Which
never
is
had
like
the
weird.
tamales.
As a Mexican, that's really weird because like tamales are a seasonal thing,
Yeah.
and to have tamales year round, I'm like, whose grandma
I
is
never
back there?
had their tamales,
They're okay,
and I should have.
but
Their
still,
queso was really good.
queso was good. Yeah, man. I was,
was
like, man,
fucking
whose
solid.
grandma y'all got working year round for these tamales? Cause,
I don't know, not the owners, because the owners are
Nah.
not Mexican.
but y'all need to bring that back because that shit was wild.
It just, I
Amazing.
feel like it makes no sense that it, like, I feel like they should just reopen it.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? When are you going to tell me you don't have the money? Come on.
Has there
Get
been
alone.
have they bought it or anything? Is anything else
No,
going up
I
there?
think the owner
It's
said the
empty?
owner. I don't know. I don't think he said it at the like last day or whatever. But the owner said he had an idea or like he wanted to start another tequila bar, but like not there.
Okay.
But like also like he doesn't have like the plan for it. He doesn't have like a building or like where he would want to do it. It's just more like, yeah, it'd be fun to do again maybe, but like, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
So there is another tequila bar, but it's in the Heights now.
I feel like the thing also of pastry war is that I had gotten used to just like having like a place to go to that I was
Yeah.
like, I'm there whether it's the weekend or it's the weekday. You know what I mean? Like I can be there on a Sunday night. I know the bartenders. Like it was like it had already become like the spot that now I'm like, I don't like any other place. It's just I'm going to a bar. You know what I mean? Not like my bar.
Yeah.
You know? And
No, I
like
feel
it
that.
wasn't, you know what, is that it a little bit had a vibe of like being a dive bar, except it wasn't at all. But it had that same vibe of like this almost feels like a secret. It
Well,
wasn't.
there was a secret
It-
bar in there.
Well, yeah, I know. I never went up there. We tried every fucking time, and then we would be like, "Oh, we'll do it next time," and then they closed.
Yeah,
It wasn't
and Tom
at
Sparrow was
all.
amazing up there.
It wasn't at all like it wasn't obviously a secret. Like if you went on it's on Main Street.
Yeah.
If you went on a Saturday, it's packed. But there was something about it that made it feel like if I talked to somebody and I was like, I love the pastry war, they would just be like, what is that? And I'll be like, you're kidding.
What was the one that we went to right before quarantine?
The one upstairs?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Bad news?
Bad news.
Yeah,
That's
I liked that one for the fact that it was
That
like a
one
little
is
bit
fun
hidden
too,
and
yeah.
like
That's like Captain Foxtrot.
super chill.
Something bad news bar or whatever.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was cool.
I
But
just
it's not the
wasn't.
same.
See,
It's not
I
the
never really
same.
got into pastry wars because for two reasons. One, I didn't go there as often. Anytime me and you would go out, we would always go to Carousel. So
Yeah.
Carousel felt more like a home bar. The only thing with Carousel is on the weekends, it really does get
It is
packed.
insane.
Yeah.
And then it gets to a point that's
Carousel-
like you have to like sit on like the uncomfortable areas that it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to sit here, but it's not necessarily a seat like by the
Yeah.
fireplace.
Carousel felt like an at-home bar because of the people.
Because you know
Pastry
everyone
Wars
there.
felt like an at-home bar because of the bar.
Yeah.
See,
Because
I think I
and-
only went
because
once.
even on like weekends, like we would go and it would be packed and we would end up sitting at the bar anyway. And just like I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what the fuck it was about it.
It was
It
like,
just
yeah, on the
worked.
weekends you'd get like the downtown, the party people, the party vibes or whatever, but like it's still, it was the atmosphere. I think it was the fact that there was so much like Latin stuff around.
Yeah,
and then
that's
and
true.
then something about just being in downtown. You get like this secondhand like atmosphere of like city life
Yeah.
and concrete and like all this shit, you know? So it felt like you walked out and like the hot dog stands were there and like
Yeah.
so like it just, the whole vibe of it felt like, oh, like this is where I live. Like this is I'm from
Yeah,
here.
I
You know what I mean?
agree.
Where like there's another tequila bar that popped up and apparently people say it's decent and I think it's in the Heights. And like
But like the Heights is so far.
like, and even then, like, I'm not gonna walk out at a
In the
bar,
Heights?
in the Heights. I'm not gonna walk out as much as I do like the Heights, but I'm not gonna walk out of that bar and be like, man, this feels like where it's at. Like,
No.
Yeah.
you don't get any of the atmosphere. Like, there's like neighborhoods around, like, you know, like
The Heights really does feel like a place you go to have kids and shit, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
you know, when you want to like settle down and all. And then like, so it feels very like just people that have children that are going out for a drink at night.
But I
Not-
also feel like
not
that's why like now that you say that, I feel like it was perfect because it was a bar that wasn't a Main Street bar, but it was on Main Street.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's, I fucking love that about it because realistically, when we wanted to go anywhere else, we could just walk there. If we really wanted to like get the fucking party
Yeah.
going, like we had that option, but I would walk out of there and be like, holy shit, like I'm on Main Street. And like you
Yeah.
said, like it's an atmosphere and like there's people everywhere. You hear the music from the other clubs and stuff like that. But like you enter Pastry Wars and you're not like I'm in some bar, like some trendy ass bar on Main Street.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that was it's so easy for it to have been trendy. Like, oh, it's a mezcaleria. It's
Yes.
it's only
And it
tequila,
wasn't.
mezcal. It's only Mexican beers. It's only like, you know what I mean? And it's very easy for it to be like, oh, that's like gimmicky. That's like a novelty. Like you're trying to be just like a mezcaleria, like you know what I mean. But it didn't catch that. It didn't catch that vibe.
But to
It
be
was-
honest, I feel that way about Dean's too. I really enjoy Dean's for that because it doesn't feel
here's-
it doesn't feel like this Main Street bar type of deal of
here's
like
the thing about
that- of any
bars
kind of
on
hype
Main
like
Street. If you're a Houstonian, I think you'll probably like, if you've been there, you probably understand. Every bar on Main Street gets heightened by the fact that every other bar on Main Street is not a typical bar.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like
All of the
like-
bars on Main
Yes.
Street are so wildly different from
like
each other.
like every bar on like the reason why Bovine gets like Midtown vibes and it pops is because the anime bar right next to it is completely different.
yeah.
And because the like Latin bar across the street is different, and then catty corner from that it's Moonshiner, so it's a moonshine bar, and you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
it really is
and then
diverse
right next
there.
to that is
Yeah.
right next to that is Molly's,
Yeah,
which is the
which is a
Irish pub.
pub, yeah.
And then, so you know what I mean. Like every bar on Main Street juxtaposes each other to some
Yeah.
degree, so it makes them pop more.